May I please, Lordship? My Lord, in December 2021, my small scale industries electricity connection is disconnected for an illegal inquiry without my knowledge. Since 1 year.
What do you want, Mr.
My Lord, it may kindly be listed on Monday, my Lord.
Monday not possible. Tuesday.
May I please go.
Lordship. My Lord, item 7, like Lordship of today's list, Lord.
Hmm?
My Lord, may I pray for my withdrawal of the case, Lordship?
Item
7, Lordship. With liberty, Lordship, some technical problems there, Lordship.
what liberty? This not maintainable.
My Lord, as regards maintainable, Lordship, other aspect, my Lord, there is defect in this case.
On the
Lordship.
prayer of Mr. M.H. Ahmed, learned counsel for the writ petitioner, this matter stands disposed of on withdrawal with liberty to the petitioner to pursue appropriate legal remedy as may be available to her under the law.
Lordship. All right.
May I please, Lordship? Seen this matter also last listed on 23/9/22, Lordship. The Lordship observed that interim order will be considered in next date, Lordship. But till date not late.
What is the matter?
Matter is, Lordship, our society is dissolved, Lordship, without completed the 5 years, Lordship. Only 3 years.
When do you want?
Next week, any date, Lordship.
Wednesday.
My please, Your Lordship. I recommend Your Lordship, item number 3 of today's list, my Lord. This matter has become infructuous.
Item number 3.
My Lord.
Mr. F.K.R. Ahmed, learned counsel for the petitioner, means that this writ petition has become infructuous. Why it has become infructuous?
No, time is already over. It is perhaps, my Lord, for
Since the
financial.
term has already expired and therefore the matter be closed. Full stop. Taking note of the submission of Mr. Ahmed, this writ petition stands disposed of as infructuous. Yes.
Right.
May I please, Your Lordship? The writ petition may file to the morning, Lordship. Lordship, urgency is there, Lordship, may be taken up today itself, Lordship. I understand.
What urgency?
Lordship, urgency is that, Lordship, yesterday, Lordship, the person or officials, Lordship, visited the place and they were illegally trying to evict this petitioner's, Lordship. Eviction matter, Lordship, kindly be taken up, Lordship. One this average accommodated
Eviction from where?
from, Lordship, some cash land government land, Lordship. They have been occupied, their name have been also recorded, Lordship, as a policy in the revenue record, Lordship.
So why you filed today morning? Why not earlier?
Lordship, they have come yesterday only, Lordship. Because, Lordship, yesterday, suddenly, Lordship, the official visited the place, Lordship, and trying to. Lordship,
If you can bring it by first half, then yes.
Lordship, it is ready, Lordship. Filing number is also there, Lordship. Lordship.
You can take it to any court.
Lordship.
But if your matters are over here, then you have to take it to other courts. Know that.
Lordship, I'll time it.
Yes. Mentioning is here, but it can go to any other bench also.
Lordship.
Yes.
May I please, Lordship? This matter may come up for withdrawal, my Lord, on next week.
Yes.
May I please, Lord? My Lord, item number 24, my Lord. Due to personal difficulty of the English counsel, my Lord, so the matter may be come on Tuesday or Wednesday, my Lord.
Which one item?
24-year-old. He is out of station, my Lord. I am assistant.
As prayed for by petitioner's counsel, this matter stands passed over for the day. Item 24. Yes.
May I please, Lord. My Lord, yesterday I have filed a writ petition, my Lord. My Lord, this may be listed on Monday, my Lord.
Why? What is the
My
address?
Lord, the matter relates to my Lord cooperative society matter, my Lord.
Hmm.
My Lord, they are going to hold the election, my Lord, on 28, my Lord, with violating this honorable court's order, my Lord. That's why, my Lord.
So 28, you will have it on Tuesday. 28 is sometime to Tuesday. Put Tuesday's day.
Obliged.
Yes.
Lordship, I want to mention item number 21 of today's list. The engaged counsel P.K. Sharma is out of station and there is some urgency in the matter, Lordship, so it may kindly be taken up on Monday, Lordship. The petitioner has been served with a demolition notice by the Tinsukia Municipal Board.
Then why not today?
He is out of station. He was supposed to reach yesterday, but due to
Oh, in urgent matter, he takes and he is out of station.
I have been instructed over
Tuesday. Item 21 on the prayer of petitioner's counsel. This matter will be posted again on Tuesday's date. Yes.
May I please, your Lordship? I beg to mention item number 2, Lordship. As my senior IRFT is out of station, kindly matter be taken.
Item number?
Item 2.
What do you want? See,
Taken
you
up-
can ask for adjournment, but don't say that I will not do it today. I want to do it on Monday. That prayer will not be considered by this court. If you seek adjournment, we'll adjourn it. But then you can't, on that ground, choose your own date. We'll have to go by whatever is the norms of listing. Every matter cannot be adjourned like this. On the prayer of petitioner's counsel, this matter stands passed over for the day. Item 2. Yes.
Well, I pray for listing of a matter, my Lord. The matter pertains to my Lord, the brick factory of the petitioner, my Lord, is sought to be closed
Listing
down
when?
on Monday, my Lord, because my Lord,
Monday, I will not allow any prayer
my-
unless it is eviction.
The
No.
brick factory.
It's a
madam,
pending matter.
madam.
pending
no,
matter.
No, fresh.
Hmm.
Fresh, madam. Madam,
When did you file it?
Today morning, madam.
Hmm.
The urgency is because madam, the order is on 13/12. Order was passed on 13/12 that within 7 days,
Hmm.
the brick factory will be closed down.
Hmm.
That 7 days is going to complete on Monday, madam. So if that
Oh,
goes,
Yes.
I'm deeply obliged.
May it please, Your Lordship. Lordship, I beg to mention item number 13 only. Daily list.
Item number 13,
13 Lordship.
1-3.
Kindly, 1-3 Lordship. Kindly agenda matter for today, Lordship.
This is a motion matter.
Yes, Lordship.
As paid for by petitioner's counsel, this matter stands passed off for the day. Yes.
Lordship, with the consent of the other side, I beg to mention item number 28 of today's daily list, Lordship.
Hmm.
Lordship, this matter will kindly be passed for the day, Lordship. My senior, Miss R.D. Mujumdar, Lordship, she is undergoing a MCPC program here, Lordship, in Guwahati. Mediation training program.
Then we'll have it after vacation.
Lordship.
Next week, it is not possible. Miss C. Mojumdar, Learned Counsel appearing for the respondent submits that Miss R.D. Mojumdar, Learned Counsel engaged by the respondent insurance company is not available, and therefore hearing of this matter should be adjourned. Full stop. Since the prayer is made with the consent of the opposite party, same stands allowed. Register to list this case again immediately after reopening of the winter vacations.
Lordship, can it be in the second week of January, Lordship?
List the matter again in the second week of January.
Much
Thank you.
obliged, Lordship.
Supplementary list for withdrawal, item 43.
May I please, Lordship? Lordship, as per my client instruction, I have been withdrawn.
Your name, please?
H. Bora.
Miss H. Bora, Learned Counsel appearing for the petitioner submits that she has instructions from the petitioner to withdraw this writ petition. Full stop. Taking note of the submission of Miss Bora, this writ petition stands disposed of on withdrawal.
Lordship, I have already filed affidavit regarding this.
The affidavit filed by the petitioner, is it on record?
I'm not sure about this.
On file when?
14th of this month.
On 14/12/2022, be tagged with the record of this case. Yes.
Daily list for motion, item 1.
May it please your Lordship. Lordship, by order dated 26/2/2021, the respondents had prayed for time to seek instructions in this matter.
Hmm. What is this case?
My lord, we have already filed the affidavit, my lord.
I have not received a copy, my lord.
We have already filed, my lord.
This matter is pending in the motion column since February 2021.
Yes, my lord.
Why-
After that,
why
two
so?
times, my lord, 2 times the matter was listed, that is on 10th March and 4th of September,
Hmm.
but none had appeared for the respondents. So I had pointed out before this honorable court that the respondent counsel's name is not being reflected in the cause list. After that, the matter has come up today.
You are appearing for all the respondents?
Yes.
All right, then we'll issue notice returnable in 3 weeks and dispose of the matter.
My
Your name, please, Miss P. Agarwal.
Agarwal.
Miss P. Agarwal, Learned Counsel has appeared on behalf of the petitioner. Mr. K. Bhattacharjee, Learned Counsel for the respondents. Respondent submit that affidavit on behalf of his clients has already been filed, and therefore has already been filed. Full stop. Ms. Agarwal, however, submits that no copy of the affidavit has been received by her. Full stop. This matter is pending in the motion column since the month of February 2021. And having regard to the nature of controversy, this court is of the opinion that notice is required to be issued to the respondents before taking up the writ petition for disposal. Full stop. As such, issue notice upon the respondents returnable in 3 weeks, since Mr. Bhattacharya has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of all the respondents. No formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Register to list this matter again after 3 weeks in the admission column. In the meantime, copy of the affidavit filed by the respondent be furnished to Ms. Agarwal.
Deeply obliged.
All right.
Item 4.
Can we see the order dated, madam, 20/12/2021, madam?
So there has been a boat tragedy.
My lord,
Petitioner's mother and
yes, wife, my lord.
wife has gone missing.
My lord.
So what is the relief you are seeking?
My lord, relief, my lord, they have instituted inquiry, my lord. I have given my statement also. Thereafter, my lord, what is the fate of the inquiry? I never know, my lord. And my lord, all the persons who became victimized of that mishap, my lord, they have got the ex gratia also. But petitioners did not get any information where about her, my lord. Whether she, my lord, died in the, my lord, that mishap or what, my lord. Earlier, my lord, occasion on 2012-2021, they have furnished.
So you only want information, nothing more.
My lord,
If we
At
get
this
the
stage,
information now, we'll dispose it off.
my lord, at this stage.
Lordship, as per Lordship's direction, we have received instruction also. Original records of the inquiry report we have received, Lordship.
No, you don't hand over things like this.
Lordship.
You file your affidavit then.
Lordship, in the original record, it's reflected that petitioner's wife name is in the reflected as a missing person, Lordship. This is-
Show it to him. Missing person in the boat tragedy.
Lordship.
Then you process their claim for ex gratia.
Lordship, my lord.
Take down. Heard Mr. N.K. Kalita, learned counsel appearing for the petitioners. Also heard Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional senior government advocate Assam appearing for the respondent numbers 2, 3, 7 and 8. Miss
Number 6.
Miss A, yes, Miss A. Bora, learned standing counsel NRHM Assam is present on behalf of the respondent number 6. The basic case of the writ petitioner is that his wife and mother went missing in a ferry disaster which took place in the South Salmara BPHC on 30/4/2012. Full stop. Although there was inquiry conducted by the state government into the cause of the accident as well as to figure out the number of missing persons, till date, the name of the petitioner's mother and wife have not been included in the list of missing persons, as a result of which he could not claim ex gratia relief from the government.
As well as for the death certificate also, he cannot obtain the death
He
certificate.
he could not get the death certificate of these two missing persons, nor could he claim ex gratia relief from the government. Full stop. By order dated 2012-2021, this court had directed the respondents counsel to place the magisterial level inquiry report in a sealed cover pertaining to the boat tragedy which took place on 30/4/2012. Full stop. Today, when the matter is called up, Mr. Gogoi submits that he has received instructions as well as the copy of the inquiry report, wherefrom it is apparent that the name of the wife and mother of the petitioner, namely, what are the names?
Kobita Chaudhary.
Kobita Chaudhary, Lordship.
Kobita Chaudhary and
Only Kobita Chaudhary.
Kobita Chaudhary. Petitioner number 2 is the child, my lord, and petitioner number 1 is the husband.
oh, actually, one person went.
One
missing.
person, one person.
Oh, then you write wife of petitioner number 1 and mother of petitioner number 2, namely Miss
Kobita
Kobita Chaudhary, finds place in the list of missing persons
In serial number 5, Lordship.
at serial number 5.
Lordship.
Full stop. If that be so, Mr. Kalita submits that his grievance would stand redressed. If that be so, Mr. Kalita submits that the petitioner's grievance would stand redressed. Consequently, it will now be incumbent upon the authorities to process the claim of the petitioner for issuance of death certificate and also for payment of ex gratia. With the above observation, this writ petition stands disposed of. Wife and mother and wife to the outside. Petitioner number 1 or wife or 2 mother of those are no. Yes.
May place a lordship.
Yes, alleging willful disobedience of the directions contained in order dated 17/12/2021. This contempt case has been filed. I've gone through the statements made in the petition. Report you have heard, Mr. You're Mr. J.U. Ahmed, counsel for the petitioner. Purpose of alleging issue notice returnable in 6 weeks. Petitioner takes steps for service of notice upon the respondent by registered post with AD.
And then say.
Heard Mr. R. Islam, learned counsel for the petitioner, alleging willful disobedience of the directions contained in order dated 25/8/2022, passed by the learned single judge in WPC number 2861 of 2022. I go to case number 2 readable. The present petition has been filed. I have perused the statements made in the contempt petition. Issue notice returnable in 6 weeks. Steps by registered post with AD for service of notice upon the respondent. Within a week.
I have prepared as legal aid counsel in this case.
R. Islam, learned legal aid counsel appearing for the petitioner. Yes.
Much appreciated.
And then, hey.
Make it your lordship. Lordship, the petitioners are the newly elected members of the Lahori Samwai Committee Limited. They have challenged the election of the 2 numbers of members because they have violated section 23F and 42, subsection 2 of the Assam Cooperative Societies Act. They have
Challenge of election is made in a writ petition in the High Court. Then how can the High Court go into these matters in a writ petition? We'll issue notice, no problem with that. But you will be losing out on important time. After 1 year, you will be sent back to the other forum. So it is a net loss for your client.
Lordship, then we may be given the liberty to file an appeal before the appellate authority.
No, you decide. It is your call. If you insist, then we'll issue notice. That's the only order that can be passed. But the High Court can never decide the validity of an election.
Lordship, this is given the liberty, Lordship.
You want to withdraw?
No, give the liberty, Lordship, so that we.
Yes,
can
what do you
file
say, Mr. Talukdar?
No, parallel proceedings cannot go. Either they have to withdraw it or they have to proceed with this case.
Then let them file appropriate petition before.
They can file, but under the rules, rule 27, they have to file within 3 days from the date of election. So
That
their
is gone.
limitation will be considered by the register in accordance with the rules. Because that
Limitation
your
part is
lordships
there.
cannot condone. It's an express provision of law.
The limitation part is there, Lordship.
Then what to do? Election petition limitation means it's over.
It could only approach the appropriate forum, Lordship, by filing the appeal.
No, I will only say that allowed to withdraw with liberty to pursue appropriate remedy in accordance with law. That's all.
This is the Lordship notice may be issued.
All right, heard Mr. So Mr. M.K. Bora, learned counsel for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. S.K. Talukdar, learned standing counsel, Corporation Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents. By filing this writ petition, the petitioners have challenged the election of the private respondents to the cooperative society, to the board of the cooperative society in question. Stop. Mr. Talukdar submits that the writ petition is not maintainable. That apart, according to Mr. Talukdar, the claim of the petitioner is also barred by the law of limitation, which would have strict application in this case. First up, Mr. Bora, however, submits that he be given some time to convince this court on the point of maintainability of the writ petition. Stop. In view of the above, issue notice of motion 6 weeks. Since petitioners, since Mr. Talukdar has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of
1, 2, 3.
respondent numbers 1, 2, and 3, no formal notice is required to be sent to the said respondent. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned department counsel. Petitioners to take step for service of notice upon respondent numbers 4 and 5 by registered post. Maintainability, question of maintainability of the writ petition is kept open and shall be gone into at the stage of admission.
And then 9.
9 lordship, we paid some time for obtain instruction lordship. Last occasion lordship has directed us to obtain instruction. We have written lordship, we are awaited for instruction.
Instruction on what?
Instruction regarding lordship whether any police case is pending against the petitioner or not. Lordship.
My lord, petitioner is a betel nut businessman, my lord. His consignment has not been allowed to be moved, my lord. And this is a big.
All right, we'll issue notice and post it for disposal. If you don't have get the instruction.
My lord,
Why these matters are pending in the motion stage for so long? As a result of which we cannot dispose of the matter.
my lord, otherwise peak season is going on, my lord. Peak season of betel nut.
What can be done? Tell me. We'll have to post it for motion again in January.
No, my lord.
And then again, if they want instruction, then again the court has to give time. You counsel should be aware of this. The
Yes.
court, High Court cannot issue a writ adverse to the respondent's interest unless notice is issued. You want to have it in motion for in January?
No, my lord. But in the meantime, my interim prayer may be considered.
Interim prayer is what?
My lord. He released it. My lord.
What is the interim prayer? Why instructions are not coming?
His interim prayer is directed to allow the petitioner transport and supply the local betel lordship.
Having all valid documents are there, my lord.
Lordship may issue notice will come up with immediately after.
No, what is your basic case? Tell us.
My lord, petitioner is a businessman of betel nut, my lord. He want to transport his consignment, my lord. But police is not allowing him to transport the business. his
Why?
consignment. Without any reason, my lord.
Lordship, we have seeking
There is-
instruction.
there
We
is
have
no
not
bar,
received
my
it.
lord.
There is regarding something is there lordship. So otherwise they cannot lordship.
Instructions sought from whom?
So we have written to the all the respondent lordship, even superintendent of police, Kasar, deputy commissioner Kasar, and IO of the Katigora police station also. Lordship may give some.
All right, we'll have it on Wednesday and we'll dispose it of.
Lordship.
Without instruction, we'll allow the writ petition.
Lordship.
I heard Mr. A.M.H.R. Chaudhary, learned counsel for the petitioner. Peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. Stop. Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional senior government advocate Assam submits that written communication has been issued to all the respondents seeking instructions, but no response has been received till date. First of, as such, some more time has been prayed by Mr. Gogoi. First of, Mr. Chaudhary, learned counsel for the petitioner, on the other hand, submits that the only prayer of the petitioner is to allow him to transport betel nut based on proper documentation which is available with him, but for no valid reason, the police administration is restraining him from doing so, as a result of which the petitioner is suffering heavy loss and injury. Full stop. According to Mr. Chaudhary, there is no valid reason for the respondents to restrain the petitioner from transporting his betel nut, which is on the verge of being wasted. Full stop. Taking note of the controversy involved in this writ petition and on the request of Mr. Gogoi, time is granted till 21/12/2022 so as to enable him to obtain instruction, failing which the writ petition will be taken up, for failing which appropriate orders will be passed on the basis of materials that are available on record. A copy of this order will be furnished to Mr. Gogoi.
Deeply obliged.
Regarding eviction notice at page 35, eviction notice. And the respondents were directed to obtain instruction.
Yes, what is the instruction? Have you received instruction?
See, we need some time. Lordship. We have
All right,
given
heard
some-
Mr. Ardhol, counsel for the petitioner. Peruse the amendments made in the writ petition as well as the order dated 23/11/2022 passed by this court. Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, appearing for the official respondents, prays for some more time to obtain instructions. Stop. Prayer allowed, stop. Issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since Mr. Gogoi has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respond numbers
Lordship 2, 3, and 4 lordship.
2, 3, and 4, and Miss N. Bordeloi for respond number 1.
1 year.
Service of notice is deemed to be complete in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable them to obtain instruction. Let this matter be listed after 4 weeks. Interim order passed earlier to continue.
Lordship, item number 11 is also same, Lordship. Then 33, 34, 38.
34 your lordship may take afterwards. when the
Same order in item 11,
33,
33,
34,
34 lordship may take when the matter is called.
actually, 11 and 33.
and
34,
38, 44, 48. Oh, 45,
38,
sorry. 44,
38,
44
44.
and 45.
No, but 48 has come up for motion.
45, lordship. 45.
44, 45 are for motion.
For motion, lordship. But the same instruction is required, lordship.
Then in 44 and 44, 45 would likho. Heard so and so. So and so for the the petitioners have approved, the petitioner has approved this court being aggrieved by an order of eviction.
Lordship, dated 10/11/2022.
Same order, both the
Same,
cases.
same.
Dated 10/11,
2022.
2022. Passed by the respond number,
3.
respond number 3.
Sorry. Lordship, respond number 4.
We'll take up the matters as it comes. You are not sure. Forget it. One by one, we'll take 10 and 11. When other matters come, we'll see. 10 and 11, deal with it.
Item 12.
My lord, this is also eviction matter, my lord. But the DAG number is only separate and different, my lord, 96 new, my lord. My lord, in the eviction notice, they claim that the land belongs to TB hospital, but as per this, my lord,
Where is the eviction notice?
my lord, it is, my lord, in 20 page 24, my lord.
See, Mr. Gogoi, we will not only stay, we'll quash these orders
Lordship,
because nothing is given, no particulars in the notice. Only on that ground, these notices will be set aside. You cannot say that you are illegally occupying a land covered by DAG number so and so. That will not be enough.
DAG belongs to the TB hospital, lordship. That DAG, lordship. 96, lordship, DAG number 96.
Entire DAG.
Lordship.
Then you file your affidavit,
Lordship,
we'll decide it.
No, my lord.
I have received the lordship that Jamabandi copy yesterday, there up to the Jamabandi copy, lordship.
Yes.
Yesterday evening, they have sent us. lordship.
Then you file
On-
affidavit.
On
Lord,
14/12, my lord, I have obtained this copy, my lord. As per this certified copy, this land belongs to my lord government, not to TB hospital, and there is no such order whereby the particular land is settled in the name of TB hospital, my lord.
But government land, even if it is government,
Yes, my lord, it is also true, my lord. They
so
are
you
open
get time
government
till
land.
10th of January to vacate. That's the only thing that can happen here.
Government land, lordship, in the remarks column, lordship, my lord may kindly, this is TB hospital belongs to, lordship, remarks column.
No, my lord, I have obtained this on 14th, my lord.
See, Mr. Koya, there are some practical issues here. Your client should make arrangements to vacate it by 10th January.
But
That
my
day
lord,
we'll take up and we'll dispose. You can't forcefully hold on to government land. That's not
That
permissible.
I know, but my lord, she is my lord constructing a three-story house. And,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
the
it will be
GMC
demolished.
My lord, no, my lord, and GMC has assessed their property and she is paying the revenue also, my lord.
What is the title document?
Nothing
There
is
is no
It will be
such-
demolished. She has made a mistake.
Nothing is there, lordship.
And these things should be publicized. These orders of the court
Lordship.
should be publicized. Nobody is taking this step
Lordship.
because people
But
are
they have
doing it.
also, my lord, filed Kobula for
Nothing,
settlement of their
nothing.
land, my lord.
Nothing. Your client is in difficulty. How can they make permanent construction over government land?
And
should-
that was assessed by the, my lord, the GMC also.
Okay, make him a party and let him, we'll ask him to pay compensation, whoever the officer is. But that is not a ground to forcefully occupy government
No, no,
land.
Yes, my lord. But
Government land has to be vacated.
They have
No.
not forcefully occupied, my lord. She has, my lord, purchased the possession of that particular land in the year 2000, my lord.
You know, all the submissions you're making are not legally accepted.
That I know, my lord, that I know. But even then, my lord, they are living there for, by constructing the house for 22 years, my lord.
Very difficult.
already
Alright,
filed
we'll-
Mobula, my lord, it is in process, my lord.
We'll protect you till 25th January. After that, difficult. Whatever you can do, you do. You file your affidavit. Third, Ms. Anis Thakurial and counsel for the petitioner. Assailing the eviction notice dated 10/11/2022. The instant writ petition has been filed. Full stop. According to Ms. Thakuria, the petitioner admittedly is in occupation of a government land, but she had purchased the possessory right and has also raised permanent construction thereon, which has been assessed by
Assessed by
the
the
municipal, Guwahati Municipal Corporation. Full stop. Therefore, the petitioner claims protection of this court. Full stop. Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional senior government advocate, has obtained instruction and produced a copy of the Jamabandi, which goes to show that the entire dag number 96 of village Ulubari under Ulubari Moja is a government dag, which is recorded in the name of TB Hospital. Full stop. If that be the case, then it prima facie appears that the petitioner may not have any right to remain in occupation stroke possession of a plot of government land unless there is an order of allotment by the competent authorities. Full stop. The mere fact that the property has been assessed may not confer any right upon her. However, since the issue relates to claim over a plot of land, this court is of the opinion that the respondent should bring their stand on record by filing affidavit. Full stop. As such, issue notice of motion returnable on 25/1/2023. Since Mr. K. Gogoi, learned government advocate Assam, Ms. N. Bordoloi for 1 and K. Gogoi for 2 and 3, no formal notice, extra copies. The respondents to file their affidavit on or before 11/1/2023. The petitioner may file rejoinder thereafter. This petition will be taken up for disposal at the admission stage on 25. Now, this petition will be listed again on 25/1/2023. An attempt would be made to dispose of the petition at the stage of admission hearing. Considering the overall facts and circumstances of the case, as an interim measure, it is provided that status quo as regards the land be maintained till the next date. But you must advise your clients. Now these things are getting serious. Many people have done it, but they will have to face the consequence.
May please your lordship.
Hmm.
Item number 15 is also same. Only the petitioner is residing there for last 47 years.
Same dag.
Same that, same order, list along with
Lordship.
government dog residing 47 years or 147 years. All land belongs to government. You know that. Every land is government's property. Only because there is a patta, which is a lease
Yes.
given to some people, they acquire right to possess it with the right to alienate and inheritable right. That's all. A patta can also be cancelled. So occupying government land for 40 years or 147 years, what difference does it make? When the government needs it, they'll evict.
Obligation.
Item 14.
May I please, Lordship?
Hmm.
This is land is I have possessed near about 80 years.
Hmm.
And my mother has obtained Kesa Patta from Lordship, but respondent authority, circle officer of Guwahati.
So there is now a scheme of the government that the landless
Last
people,
occasion, Lordship.
landless people
For
can,
instruction.
there is a recently, there is a scheme 2 days, 3 days back. Is the petitioner a landless person? They are landless persons.
No, I have occupying this land.
Oh,
This
you
is
won't
not government
understand.
land,
You take your seat.
Lordship.
Are they landless people?
He has no any instructions regarding whether.
Oh,
he has
you
any-
won't know. That's why we are asking.
Lordship regarding.
We can't go by him. We have to do justice. There is a scheme of the government that
Lordship,
landless people can
Lordship,
apply.
lordship.
Can
Even,
apply your lordship.
even lordship, the newspapers and the news channel also advertise that particular.
Everywhere. It was there in the Assam Tribune on Monday.
Lordship, lordship,
You don't read
Lordship.
Assam Tribune, right?
lordship.
I read Lordship.
Then why you didn't advise your client to apply?
No, I have applied Lordship, but
Where is
I-
the application? Show me.
Regarding respect of this land lordship, this land is same PV hospital lordship.
Hmm?
This land is belongs to the PV.
no, previous dark Lordship, this is previous dark is 627. Pata number is 15, previous dark. And I have occupied by inheritance of my mother, I have paid land revenue and I have Kesa Pata
All
Lordship.
right.
I have
Lordship,
Kesa
We'll
Pata.
bring by way of affidavit lordship. We'll bring by way of affidavit.
Heard Mr. So-and-so for the, also heard Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional government advocate Assam appearing for the state who submitted that the issue involved in the writ petitioner is identical and connected with the one involved in WPC number 7816/2022, which is fixed
Yes.
for admission on 25/1/2022. And therefore, this matter be also tagged along with that writ petition. In the meantime, the respondent will file affidavit.
Lordship.
Full stop. In view of the above, issue notice returnable on 25/1/2023. Since Miss, you are for Miss
For one,
Bodole,
your lordship.
I'm,
I'm for one.
I'm for 20 lordship.
in Bodole for 1, K Google for 2 and 3, no formal notice, extra copies. List along with item 12. By way of an interim measure, it is provided that status quo as regards the land in question be maintained till the next meeting.
Legal obliged Lordship.
But if you forget it after this, then you'll be in trouble.
Lordship,
Ah.
raise it, please, Lordship.
Your clients will have to make an application,
Lordship.
satisfy that government land you have to vacate. There is no way out.
Lordship,
Otherwise, we'll dismiss the writ petition.
Lordship.
Yes.
Item 16.
Wait, please, Lordship.
My lord, page 9, my lord, paragraph number 4, my lord.
Hmm.
This Assam Mala road was my lord, initiated in Dimasa district, my lord.
Hmm.
Paragraph 4, my lord, I have stated.
Hmm.
This, then what happened
Mr.
the,
Borua, only notice.
hello, what happened, my
No,
lord?
whatever may happen,
Yes.
5 pages synopsis, this court will not read.
No, only my prayer, my lord, there is already an order of this honorable court.
Why have you given a 5-page long synopsis in single page?
Yes, my lord, that's why I'm pointing only paragraph 4, my lord. That
No,
is-
no, that will not.
My lord, what happened, my lord, the road is going through their.
Why have you given a 5-page synopsis in single page?
I'm sorry for that. my
Answer
lord.
that fast. Give us a
I'm sorry, my
synopsis.
lord, because it was, my lord, what happened, my lord, entire facts was actually narrated, my lord.
What is a synopsis?
Synopsis, my lord, actually.
Entire page given in single space is synopsis.
I'm
Is,
sorry
is
for
that what you understand by synopsis? Put the whole writ petition into half space and that is synopsis.
Actually, my lord, my junior colleague also, actually, he assisted, that's why, my lord,
Hmm.
I'm sorry for that, my lord. But only thing, my lord, that this paragraph 4.
You
my
want a
lord-
disposal,
Yes, my
not possible. Then you give a better synopsis.
my
and
lord,
you will
they
have-
also will issue notice, my lord,
All right.
and fix a date for their response, my lord.
You have to understand, we
My
we
lord.
have to read a lot of
My lord.
things.
I'm
No,
sorry.
this court is not going to read 5-page synopsis.
My lord, para 4 is the, my lord, precise thing, my lord, that my land, my lord, they have marked it for Assam Mala road construction without any notice and if anything.
Hmm.
Now-
What is your response?
We have to take instructions. Lordship.
In similar matter, my lord, they were
All right, then
directed.
you take instruction, will. Your land has been taken over in the
Our
Assam
land, my lord, our village land,
without paying compensation.
without paying compensation, without any assessment and verification.
All right, Mr. B. Borua, learned counsel for the petitioner. The grievance of the writ petitioners expressed in this petition, comma, reduced to its essence, comma, is to the effect that their land has been taken over by the authorities in connection with Assam Mala Road without making any assessment or paying compensation. First of, Mr. Borua submits that similar writ petitions have already been disposed of by this court and therefore disposed of by this court and therefore a similar order be passed in this case as well. Mr. R. M. Das, learned standing counsel, not
Thanks.
NC Hills Autonomous Council, however, prays for 2 weeks time to seek instruction. Prayer allowed, issue notice of motion returnable on 6/1/2023. Since Mr. Who is appearing for whom?
I'm for one. I'm for one.
Ms. N. Bodle for 1,
I'm
for
2, 4, and 6.
Mr. RM Das for 2,
4 and 6.
4 and 6, and Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, for respond numbers 3 and 3.
5 looks by mistake. Respondent 5.
And Mr. P. Nair, learned standing council PWD Assam, for respond numbers 5 and 6.
5, 6 I am appearing.
Respond number 5. No formal notice is required to be. As such, since Mr. So-and-so, as such, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned department of council so as to enable them to obtain instruction facilitating disposal of the writ petition at the stage of admission hearing. List again on 6/1/2023. Mr. Borua, why these things are happening?
My lord, actually, my lord,
You don't have to write everything in a synopsis.
sorry, my lord, actually,
These are basic things. Why the councils are not applying mind? The idea of synopsis is to allow the court to capture the matter quickly. You write a 5-page synopsis on a single space.
well, I'm sorry for that because in
No,
this
this
case
is
only
not acceptable. Yes,
But the matter is reflecting the name of SC revenue in the cause.
let this matter be listed again by reflecting the name of all the standing council in the cause list.
I'm obliged.
Yes,
May I please proceed? But here in this case, petition has the arm's length of my lord, and he is paid.
what is the reason? Who is appearing? What is the problem in giving him a unique identification number?
No, not it's the responsibility of the state. Union of
Yes.
India has no nothing to it.
But you have taken the driver's seat.
No, I was asking him to take
Alright.
this.
Lordship, as the issue notice, we will obtain instruction.
Heard Mr. A. Alam Learned Counsel for I. Alam Learned Counsel for the petitioner. Peruse the averments made in the writ petition. The petitioner is aggrieved by non-consideration of his request to issue unique identification number pertaining to his gun license bearing number 475/3. Stop. Mr. Gogoi, Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional senior government advocate Assam, appearing for the state, prays for some time to obtain instruction. Issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks. Since Mr. Gogoi has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent numbers 1, 3,
4 and 5, Lordship.
and 5, and Mr. B. Chakravarti, learned CGC for respondent number 2. No formal notice is required to be sent.
My lord,
Extra copy.
tendency shall not be barred for them to issue the unique identification.
Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned department council. Full stop. It is made clear that pendency of this writ petition shall not be a bar for the respondents to consider and redress the grievance of the petitioner in accordance with law, if so advised.
Obliged.
Please allow. My lord, petitioner was granted retail fertilizer license, my lord. It was valid up to 26, my lord. And by the impleadment order, my lord, for the registration of the criminal case.
Where is the impleadment order?
Page 43, my lord.
So what is the relief you are seeking?
My lord, I am seeking relief, my lord, for challenging that one, my lord, to the cost and interim, my lord, that since I got the stock, my lord, and whatever it is there, my
But
lord.
this is a order was passed in March. Today you want first day stay,
My lord, this copy was not available with me, my lord.
but your license was suspended.
License was suspended. I was behind the bar for connection, my lord, but I am not the name accused in that case. So considering that, my lord,
All right, what do you say?
Lordship, under this case, Lordship, lots of irregularities was found with regard to the sale of the urea or other fertilizers, and some of them license has been suspended, Lordship. I will have to take the instruction with regard to this particular petition, Lordship.
So then we'll have to issue notice on main and interim both.
Yes, my lord.
Short date be given, my lord.
Sorry?
Only if possible, my lord.
All right, not possible. Take it that way. I heard Mr. J. We are learned counsel for the petitioner. Aggrieved by the order dated 31/3/2022, by means of which the fertilizer license of the writ petitioner was suspended with immediate effect. The instant writ petition has been filed. First of, Mr. Borbia submits that his client has been the victim of circumstances and there is no valid ground for issuing the impugned order. Full stop. Mr. B. Chaudhary, Learned Standing Counsel, Agriculture Department, Assam, prays for 3 weeks' time to obtain instruction. Full stop. Mr. Borbia, on the other hand, has pressed for an interim order staying the operation of the impugned order dated 31/3/2022. In view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable on 10/1/2023. Since Mr. Who is for whom?
I am for Kilo.
Since Mr. B. Chaudhary has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of respondent numbers 1, 2, 4,
Lordship 1, 2, 5, and 6.
1, 2, 5, and 6, and Mr. K. Gogoi, learned additional senior government advocate. You are additional senior government advocate, Assam, appearing for respondent number 3, accepted notice for respondent numbers 3 and 4. Hence, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition will be furnished to the learned department counsel
1, 2, 5, and
to obtain instruction. Issue notice on the interim prayer returnable on 10/1/2023. The said prayer will be considered on the next date fixed. The learned departmental council will obtain instruction accordingly.
Please, your lordship, the petitioner before your lordship, he filed an applications on the RTI Act. But within 1 month, the information was not furnished. Then we filed an appeal.
So there is statutory remedy available here.
Yes, madam. Then we filed appeal.
Hmm.
Now, when the appellate authority in page 33, they have said they demanded 6,48,000 as a cost of the photocopies. 6,48,000. Then we filed a second appeal before the state. Then in second appeal, it is said that only 100 pages will be given in free, but rest will not given. Then we file again, my lord, under section 20 because of non-compliance. Then here it is set as by annexer 12 page 50, we have filed application. Then an order was passed, the matter has been closed, saying that on the basis of state, on the basis of my
So
lord,
this
court-
notice has to go.
my lord, yes.
Yes. But Mr. N. Hock, counsel for the petitioner, here is the averments made in the writ petition. The petitioner is aggrieved by non-furnishing of information sought by him under the Right to Information Act 2005. Issue notice returnable in 6 weeks since Mr. B. Chaudhary, Learned Standing Counsel, Agriculture Department, Assam, has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of
1, 2, and 3. Lordship.
1, 2, and 3, and Mr. K. Gogoi, Learned.
4 and 5, separate to the standing council is there.
Who is the?
These are colors.
And Mr. D. Dekar, Learned Standing Counsel, Assam State Information Commission, has accepted notice for respondent numbers 4 and. You have to call Mr. D. Dekar. You call him right now. Otherwise, this order, otherwise notice by registered post will have to go.
I registered this.
Then Acha. Then 1, 2, and 3, Mr. Chaudhary. No formal notice to state respondent. Steps by registered post with AD for service of notice upon 4 and 5 within a week from today.
Okay.
Item 20.
This is also, my lord, got completed long back, my lord, they are writing, my lord, the letters. Exit India, Chief India.
Contractors bill.
Notice.
Notice.
Notice, so that's what that will be.
How short?
4 weeks, my lord.
Oh, we thought we'll give him only 2 weeks.
No, I don't say much.
All right, I heard Mr. G. N. Savala and Senior Counsel assisted by Mr. S. Chittial, and counsel for the petitioner. Aggrieved by non-payment of admitted contractual dues of the petitioner. This writ petition has been filed. Mr. P. Nayak, learned standing counsel PWD Assam praised for 4 weeks time to obtain instruction. In view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable on 20th of January 2023. Since Mr. Nayak has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of all the respondents, no formal notice is required to be sent in this. Extra copies will be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable him to obtain instruction.
Item 22.
My lord, this is regarding disconnection of electricity connection matters without any information.
Already restored, my lord.
My lord,
Connection has been restored.
restored,
Yes, we did, my lord.
but my lord, fact is that the bill was on D1 19th of this month. And my lord, they have restored the connection when I made the payment earlier. So my lord, now they are restoring the connection, whether on the basis of payment of bill or on other issue.
My lord,
That must be clarified because my lord, according to their serial list, my lord, there is some risk of electricity.
All right, then we'll issue notice. Now you have your connection. These
Yes,
things can't
madam.
be decided today.
Yes,
we proceeded under 126, my lords. He was using a domestic connection for commercial purposes, my lord. We proceeded
but-
under 126 and there is an availability and remedy available under
126 of
the Electricity Act, my lord. We have issued a provisional assessment, my lord, the copy that the document that I just.
all right, I heard Mr.
Okay, that's my lord.
P.K. Das, learned counsel for the petitioner, aggrieved by disconnection of electricity connection to the petitioner's premises. This, he has approached this court by filing this writ petition. Hey, I have a. He has filed this writ petition seeking restoration of power, full stop. Mr. Das submits that the procedure followed by the authorities while disconnecting the petitioner's electricity connection is dehoves the rules. Full stop. Mr. Chaudhary, B. Chaudhary, learned standing counsel APDCL Assam, appearing for the respondents, has produced a copy of the what is this called?
My lord, this, the first page is the seizure list, second page is the provisional assessment, my lord.
No, where is the Mr. B. Chaudhary, learned standing counsel APDCL Assam submits that the disconnection in this case was made in accordance with the
My lord, this connection was not as per law, my lord. That is why I had instructed the SDE to restore the connection, my lord. This disconnection otherwise was bad.
Mr. Chaudhary submits that the power supply has already been restored to petitioner's premises, but the circumstances under which the aforesaid step was taken shall be brought in on record by filing affidavit for which time be granted. In view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable in 4 weeks, since Mr. Chaudhary has appeared and accepted notice on behalf of all the respondents.
All the respondents.
No formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned departmental counsel so as to enable him to file affidavit. Then we'll see, you raise your.
If the prayers are seen, my lord, the prayers, my lord, he's already gotten the relief, my lord. The prayers, my lord, it's, my lord says at page 9. It's only for revival, restoration. and connection. That's all.
But on the basis of setting aside that my lord, serial list.
So he has tasted something now, he wants little more.
Very well.
He is told that he is not entitled to anything, you try.
Very
Let him try.
Deeply obliged.
Item 23.
May I please? My lord, this is third round of litigation. My lord, kindly see the first order, my lord. Page 22, my lord.
This the notice has to go. Notice has to go. Or Mr. AHMR Chaudhary, learned counsel for the petition, peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. The petitioners are aggrieved by non-payment of compensation, just compensation.
Yes.
For acquisition of their land by the respondents. Full stop. Mr. Datta, A.K. Datta, learned
1 and 2.
CGC appearing for the respond numbers 1 and 2, raised for some time to obtain instruction in the matter. Issue notice of motion returnable in 6 weeks, since Mr. Datta has appeared and accepted notice for respond numbers 1 and 2. And who is for the others?
And for respond number 8.
Who is for 3, 4, and 5?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Huh? Mr. P. Nayak. For respond number 3,
My lord, I am appearing for NSA on behalf of Saber by sending down.
NSI is not a party. You tell us the number of respondent. Respondent number?
My lord, I have no idea.
You have no idea. Very good, very good. Mr. P. Nayak, Learned Standing Council, PWD Assam for respond numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. And Mr. M. Chitia, Learned Government Advocate Assam for respond number 8. No formal notice is required to be sent to the said respondent. However, extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the Learned Standing Council. Full stop. Petitioners to also take steps for service of notice upon respond number 3 by registered post with AD within a week from today.
Obliged.
Item 25.
Tender was issued for settling this fishery by the Anchalik Panchayat. It's under the administration of the Anchalik Panchayat for 1 year, my lord. And I came out as a successful bidder. Now the settlement order was issued in the month of July 2022. And I was to deposit the amount of 85,000. My lord, I have been offering that repeatedly, my lord, and I have released fish fingerlings also at that point in time. Now it is the time of cultivation and they are still not receiving the amount and allowing me to cultivate. My lord, my only prayer for today is, my lord, this is a small issue, my lord. If my learned friend could kindly gather the instruction and your lordship will kindly place this motion on Wednesday, my lord.
All right. Yes. Heard Mr. P. Bharadwaj, Learned Counsel for the petitioner. The limited grievance of the petitioner is that pursuant to the order of settlement dated 1/7/2022, he has been offering the amount of rupees 85,000. What is this 85,000?
85,000.
As the settlement, as
the entire amount, my lord. As
the
revenue amount.
revenue
Yes.
involved in the settlement to the respondents. But for no valid reason, the amount has not been accepted till today, as a result of which the interest of the petitioner has suffered serious prejudice. First up, Mr. S. Dattal, Understanding Council, your AFDC,
No, my lord.
Yeah.
Panchayat Department.
Understanding Council, Panchayat and Rural Development Department, Assam, prays for time till Wednesday to open instruction, facilitating disposal of the writ petition. Prayer aloud. Let this writ petition be listed again on 21/12/2022 for motion as a fixed item. Yes.
Okay.
Problem.
Hmm.
The impute notice at page 46 lordship. And there is no provision that has been shown under what provision this impute notice has been issued for.
Page 44.
46.
So where is Mr. Gogoi? Is there?
I'm afraid.
Shall
I call him?
No, we'll fix other matters, TB hospital matters
Yes.
on 25. I heard Mr. R. Dhol, counsel for the petitioner, assailing the eviction notice dated 10/11/2022. This writ petition has been filed. Full stop. Mr. S. Barua, learned government advocate, Assam submits that similar writ petitions raising identical question pertaining to the government DAG of the same area have been fixed by this court on 25/1/2023, and therefore this matter be also tagged along with those writ petitions. Full stop. In the meantime, the respondent shall file affidavit. Full stop. In view of the above, issue notice of motion returnable on 25/1/2023, since Ms. N. Bordoloi, learned SC, Revenue Department, Assam, has appeared and accepted notice for respond number 1. And Mr. S. Borua for learned government advocate, Assam, for respond numbers 2 to 4. No formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Extra copies of the writ petition be furnished to the learned departmental council. Let these matters be listed on 25/1/2022 along with, which are the other cases? Along with WPC number 7510/2020. Is that the matter?
Yes.
Item 10, 11.
10/11.
Item 10 and 11. Huh? Stop. Hard on the prayer of interim relief. till the returnable date, the respondents to maintain status quo as regards the land in question. Same order in item number 45.
Item 43.
Madam, some order was passed, they were executed. Not. Whatever they doing, another.
The data is being stored in cloud basis, my lord. So, my lord, until unless, my lord, he is technically qualified, my lord, his financial bill could not be opened, my lord. There is a condition in the tender document also, my lord. And furthermore, I have the.
Just 1 minute, just 1
Yes,
minute.
sir.
Another 2 weeks time has been sought. Is that?
Yes, my lord. Recently, my lord, I have the decision making process, my lord. The
Hmm.
decision of the tender committee, my lord, why, my lord, his technical bid was, my lord, rejected, my lord.
No,
Because, my lord,
you
the-
see, don't take two contradictory stand.
Yes,
If you want time, you can't say that give me time to answer, but today I will also make some
because, my lord,
submission.
on 9/12, my lord, the matter was listed out of turn, my lord. On that day, my lord, we could not take the inspection, my lord. That's why, my lord, this order has been issued, and on 9/12, my lord, kindly see, my lord.
9/12,
Yes, my lord.
yes.
By Sri Assessor and Council representative, my lord. The railway, however, submitted since the matter has been moved on the out of turn basis. He can immediately issue with the different instruction, my lord.
What is this tender for?
Yes, my lord.
What is the tender for?
My lord,
Construction of railway line. Construction of railway line.
the appendix 1, my lord, it was not filed in proper manner, madam, and that he has submitted one power of attorney of the lead member, my lord, in hard copy, my lord. One of the members of the second party, my lord, his signature was not there, my lord.
Hmm.
These are, my lord, mandatory condition of the tender document, my lord. And the petitioner did not, my lord, submit the entire tender document in the
So
petition.
there is a stay order.
There is no stay order, but my lord, we could not proceed further, my lord, as because, my lord, this honorable court directed us to open the, my lord, financial bid, my lord. So until unless, my lord, our instruction is until unless he is technically qualified, my lord, we could not open the, my lord, financial bid, my lord.
Hello, the judicial order is passed, my lord, they should have filed an application, my lord, for division of their order, my lord, actually.
Orders are passed, Mr. Sahiwala, that we understand.
Yes.
But what is wrong in what he's saying? Nowadays, these tenders are processed through cloud basis, cloud computing. These are all very new terms.
Let me, my lord, because what ground, my lord, it was rejected, that was also not supplied to us, my lord. My lord. Let me find the affidavit, my lord. It may be.
That's right, but these matters where infrastructural issues are involved,
Yes, sir.
this requires fast tracking because
My
the
lord,
public
yes.
suffers.
Maybe, my lord,
Your client may or may not get a contract,
My
but
lord,
the
that-
entire
I'm
people
not-
will
I'm
suffer.
not. In fact, my lord.
Why are you not ready for a hearing today? We'll hear it today.
Yes, my lord, I'm ready, my lord.
At 2. Yes.
My lord, in fact, my lord, Pambara was saying, my lord, actually, he will be coming at 2, my lord, only. My lord, your losses to fix it any other way.
Any other day, next week, my lord. Monday.
You have not filed an application to proceed.
No.
File an application to proceed with the
Yes.
tender. We'll have it on Tuesday. Heard Mr. G.N. Saiwala, and Senior Counsel appearing for the assisted by Mr. M. Saiwala and Counsel appearing for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. S. Pothakur, and his standing counsel.
No, I am appealing for Mr. SS Roy. I am saying similar.
Huh?
I am appealing for Mr. SS Roy.
No, but you are appearing
Yes, ma'am.
as Pothakur, and counsel who has appeared on behalf of the respondents and submits that this matter be posted again on 20/12/2022, so as to enable him to obtain updated instruction as per the order dated 9/12/2023, 2022 passed by this court. A prayer allowed, this is the matter accordingly. But you are also not, the respondents are also not seeking an early.
No, we are seeking, madam, but madam.
But where? There is an order passed by the court, you are.
My lord, out of 11 members, my lord, 8 members filed the no confidence. My lord, my lord, the director has issued the instruction, my lord, that has not been done. If you also see page 25, my lord, the director of implementation director, the subject is there to, my lord, hold the meeting.
This is Abhayapuri Municipal Board. What has happened? 8 members filed a requisition for,
No confidence.
and then what happened?
Oh, this is pending. Hello,
Yes, Mr. Borua, tell us what action has been taken. We'll have it on Wednesday for motion. Or
Yes.
Mr. G.N. Saiwala and his senior counsel appearing for the petitioner submits that 8 out of the 11 members of the Abhayapuri Municipal Board have made a requisition for discussing the no confidence motion brought against the chairman.
Chairman and vice chairman.
Chairman and vice chairman of the board. First of notwithstanding the same, no action has been taken in the matter in accordance with law. Hence this repetition. First of, Mr. S. Borua, learned government advocate Assam, prays for time till 21/12/2022 to seek instruction and appraise this court as to what action, if any, has been taken on the basis of requisition dated 2/11/2022 submitted by the requisitionist. First up. Mr. Borua to also obtain instruction from the Deputy Commissioner Bongaigaon as regards the course of action that is proposed in the matter. Copy of this order be furnished to Mr. Borua along with 2 extra copies of the requisition. List again on 21/12/2022 for motion. Yes.
My lord, you also said Deputy Commissioner Bangaka as well as sub-divisional officers, not Salman.
Deputy Commissioner, let him do it.
Item 48.
Please, your lordship. Lordship, here I am aggrieved by the sale notice, which has been issued by the State Financial Corporation, that's at Annexure 7. Lordship, what has happened? I am the guarantor and the owner of a plot of land, and in respect of which where my son wanted to set up a project and he took a loan from AFC. There's some defaults, I am not particularly aware of it, and he was taking care of that. But my land has been sought to be auctioned in exercise of powers under Section 29 of the Financial Corporation Act. Now, Lordship, Section 29 can be exercised only in respect of land belonging to the loanee and not to the guarantor. And if in case of the guarantor, if there's a default, power has to be exercised under Section 31 of the Financial Corporation Act. You have to go to the district judge. Bypassing all that, my land is now sought to be auctioned. That's my grievance, Lordship. Even the Supreme Court has made it very clear that powers under Section 29 cannot be exercised in respect of a land belonging to guarantor or a surety. I'll just
Section 29 of
Financial Corporation Act.
If I can, let it come on the Monday, my lord. I have been just now informed that I am looking for the State Financial Corporation, my lord. Let me have a copy of that, and on Monday it can be fixed, my lord. Because I have just now I have been informed the cases come. I will appear in this.
Because yesterday we wanted to serve, no one was there. I mean, they said.
Monday then.
Only
don't-
thing, 20th it's going to be auction, 20th is the date fixed.
That's a on 19.
That's on Tuesday.
We'll have it on Monday. Then. Heard
Absolutely.
Ms. M. Hazarika, learned senior counsel, assisted by Mr. D. Khan, learned counsel for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. S. Bora, learned standing counsel, Assam Financial Corporation, who submits that he has just been served with a copy of the writ petition.
And what means I have been instructed to appear, my lord. In the meantime, I will collect the copy, my lord. Thank you.
He has received instruction to appear in the matter on behalf of the corporation, but the copy of writ petition is not yet available with him. As such, a request has been made to post this matter again on Monday, that is 19/12/2022, with an assurance that, 19/12/2022. A prayer allowed, registry to list this case again for motion on 19/12/2020.
Obliged.
Order executing item 26.
Today, my lord, objection has been filed, my lord. That's I have. That is not on record, my lord. Maybe. Yes, sir.
Objection filed by whom?
For a petitioner. Against my lord, I am, my lord.
Acha.
Thus, I have this 2-3 minutes ago.
Yes, sir. Today I filed.
It is submitted at the bar that the objection filed on behalf of the writ petitioner opposing the prayer made in IA bracket C bracket 2 number 3415/2022 today, that is, give the date, is not available with the record or available on the record of this case. First of Mr. A. Khanikwar, learned counsel for the applicant, also submits that he has just received a copy of the objection and therefore be granted 10 days time to obtain instruction. Prayer allowed, registry to take the objection. Mr. S. Datta, learned standing counsel, PNRD department is present. First of, on the prayer of learned counsel for the applicant, let this matter be listed again after the reopening of winter vacation by tagging the objection with the record of the case. Interim order passed earlier to continue till date.
Diplomas.
Order impleadment of party item 27.
Made to the lordship. This application is for impleadment of the finance department as respondent number 3, your lordship. This honorable court by order dated 12/8/2022 has granted as the liberty while issuing notice, your lordship. Pointed out by the respondent finance department is a necessary party. And accordingly, this impleadment petition has been filed.
What is the issue in the writ petition?
Actually, his son died and therefore he's in a road accident. So he's claiming this
Ex gratia
payment of rupees 2
All right,
lakhs.
you take down. Heard Mr. M.H. Lashkar, learned counsel for the applicant. The son of the applicant died in a road accident and therefore he had instituted WPC number 5254. Is it 5254 of 2022, seeking ex gratia compensation, seeking an order for granting ex gratia compensation. First up, the instant IA has been filed with a prayer to implead the secretary, commissioner and secretary to the government of Assam, Department of Finance, as respondent number 3 in the writ petition. First up, Ms. N. Bordaloy, learned counsel for the respondent number 1, and Mr. S. Barua, learned government advocate Assam, appearing for the respondent number 2, submits that they would have no objection if the prayer is allowed. In view of the above and considering the statements made in the IA, the prayer for impleadment stands allowed. The commissioner and secretary to the government of Assam, finance, this is B department. Finance department, Assam, we implemented as respondent number 3 in the connected writ petition. Stop, registry to make necessary endorsement. Stop, IA stands disposed of. Yes.
Obliged.
Obliged.
Or admission item 29.
Yes.
Non-payment of requisition bill, my lord. The part payment has been made, my lord. Total amount is, my lord, 7,16,233, my lord. And
Yes.
out of 42,000.
I'm afraid, in fact, in this matter, even though it has been listed after long, but they haven't served any extra copy so that we could communicate.
No, that document is there. We have served. Fine.
In fact, the communication set of 9 copies are here, but can it be on another day so that we can get?
Acknowledgement is there. We have seen. All right, my lord. Let him take instruction.
Heard Mr. Accused learned counsel for the petitioner. Also heard Mr. S. Borua, learned junior government advocate Assam, appearing for the respondent numbers 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, who prays for further 2 weeks' time to obtain instruction, facilitating disposal of the petition. In view of the above, let this matter be listed again in the first week of January 2023 as for admission, so as to enable the learned government advocate Assam to obtain instruction. Yes.
Item 30. In 30 also same, here is the affidavit file, my lord, by the respondent number 5.
30 list along with 29.
Is admitted among them.
Item 31.
My lord, this case relates to illegal fixing of ornamental fees, my lord. On the river fishery, chatting with the petitioner and sending the same to the outside the state as well as outside the country, my lord. We are supposed to file the affidavit. My lord. I don't know what is their inspection.
So the case has been registered and investigation is going on.
At one point of time, my lord, they had seized certain fees, my lord. And thereafter it was handed over to the forest department.
So now what remains in the writ petition?
My lord, what action they have taken, because they have not arrested the persons, my lord, from whom it was seized.
That
And
we
it
will
is
we will
still
not
going-
say that. We
And
can't
it
say
is
that.
still going on.
There are other remedies for that. How can the writ court go and say arrest them, do this, do that?
My lord, what is my remedy? I have filed representations after representations before the deputy commissioner as well as.
No, Ms. Barua, your grievance under 226 can be understood if the authorities act in an arbitrary manner by failing to take notice of your complaint. But once the complaint is taken note of, police case is registered, police starts investigation. How can the writ court pass any order in
Let
this?
them say what is the stage of investigation, my lord, what they have done, because they have not arrested the accused person.
They cannot,
That
the
is-
court cannot say that. This is all pressure tactics to 226. That cannot be done. That these matters have to be dealt with in some other, by some other proceeding, not in a writ petition. If the writ court says something, then this person, whoever is there, is arrested with, they will not even get a bail.
My lord,
This is not the correct
it is
procedure.
the responsibility of the. authority,
Normally, I
my
would
lord,
have
to
dismissed
protect-
the writ petition, but since he is silent, we'll take it up, we'll post it after vacation. Writ court cannot say anything more
At
than that.
least let them file the affidavit, my lord, what they have.
No, in
to say.
fact, her
the last
allegation is
of it.
with regard to the particular species.
But
of
you have
fish.
not taken that plea.
That fish is not an endangered one. For which the arrest and everything couldn't be done, and that thing already has been placed before the court in the previous report. So,
Let
in
them
and in
file
fact,
the affidavit.
if at all investigation is slow, she has alternative remedy, the petitioner has
That's
alternative
what,
remedy.
that's what I'm saying. Please look up the law,
CRPC.
look up the law. What you are asking for, not possible. You want the writ court to monitor and take out the ornamental fees, have
I
it sent to
am
your
not
client.
saying for monitoring, but
Yes,
at least they should make their stand clear, my lord, what they have taken.
That we
They-
cannot
they
ask
have
in the writ
taken.
court. There are
But
procedures,
they have seized the
there are
fees.
provisions in the CRPC for that.
Yes.
That's what I am saying. You have to avail those
I have
remedies.
filed a FIR, my lord, they are sitting on the FIR, doing nothing.
But they have registered, they have registered the case.
Registered and that's all.
That the whole country will come to the High Court then. Whole country will have these grievances.
These are. my
And
lord,
this is
the-
not a matter where some heinous offense has been committed and the High Court needs to keep an eye. Somebody has stolen some fish, all right, it could be a offense under the IPC.
Yes.
Police not registering a case. High Court looked into the matter. Now they have registered a case. Investigation is going on. Now what order can be passed by the High Court under 226?
That is why, my lord, the, on the last.
Can the High Court say you arrest him and file a charge sheet?
In the last occasion, my lord, the honorable court was pleased to ask them to file affidavit. Let them file affidavit and say what is the stand. What they have done with the investigation.
Ms. Barua, with all respect, I think these are wrong orders passed in a 226. Therefore, I will not be able to take it further. It cannot be done. We'll go by what the law says. How can the writ court pass these directions? After the case is registered, how the police is to investigate who should be arrested, who should be charge sheeted in a theft case? How can the writ court keep going on asking questions to the investigation? This is not the way law operates, is it not?
That apart, my lord, the pieces are taken outside the state, my lord.
All right, heard
So,
Ms.
airport-
View Barwal and senior counsel assisted by Mr. Soin.
Committee.
Committee appearing for the petitioner. Mr. H. Barwal and government advocate Assam principal and is granted further 4 weeks time to obtain instruction and file affidavit. Prayer allowed, let the matter be listed. Yes.
Item 32.
Yeah, Mr. Lordship. In this case, Lordship, we have challenged the election of the respondent number 5 as ward commissioner of Tekazuri Municipal Board, Lordship. We have approved the district judge and that has been dismissed, our case.
Actually, in this case, I am appear for the respondent number 5. That's it, allow 3 weeks time to file my affidavit.
And we have
We are appearing for respondent number 5.
5, yes.
And what about other respondents?
I appear for 2, my lord. Basically a question of law involved here. Whether or not the
But you accepted notice for 1 and 3. No, you accepted notice for 2. And Miss Burman for 1 and 3. That was the government advocate. 1, 2, 3.
And I
Who is appearing for 4?
Yes, I am appearing on behalf of
4. Okay. So this matter has been put for hearing, put up for hearing, is it not? We'll do it in the first week of February. In the meantime, parties to accept. What about the record? Record has been.
record will be required, Lordship.
Record is required. All right. Then you please take down. Heard Mr. S.K. Das, Learned Counsel appearing for the lead petitioner. Also heard Mr. S. Barwal, Learned Government Advocate Assam appearing for respondent numbers 1 and 3. Mr. R. Dubey, Learned Counsel for respondent number 2. Mr.
Deepul Buragwan.
BP Buragwai.
B Buragwan.
BP or P?
B Buragwan.
B. Buragwai, Learned Counsel for respondent number 4.
P
And
Bora,
Mr.
respondent
P.
number
Bora for respondent number 5. Mr. Bora submits that this matter would require formal hearing and therefore the case be posted for hearing with liberty to his client to file affidavits. Since the election of the respondent number 5 is under challenge, election of the respondent number 5 to the
As ward commissioner of Tekazuri
as
Municipal Board.
ward commissioner of Dekiajani Municipal Board is under challenge in this writ petition. This court is of the opinion that the what has happened? You are challenging the election or the order passed by the.
Lordship, the nomination was itself illegal because as per the notification, the respondent, she could not submit her excellency birth certificate.
Achha, you are
And-
challenging her election in the writ
And
petition.
the process, and the entire process, Lordship.
This is not maintainable.
challenging the order passed in the
Order
election
passed
petition, madam.
Yes.
Basically, the question is not whether there would be a condonation of delay.
He is challenging the order passed in.
Election petition by which his election petition was rejected on the ground of delay.
Because I have no other alternative.
Then
remedy.
you write, okay, you write, the challenge made by the writ petitioner to the election of respondent number 5 as ward commissioner of Dekiajuri Municipal Board was turned down by the learned district judge cum election tribunal on the ground that the same was barred by limitation. Full stop. The aforesaid order is under challenge in the present proceeding. Full stop. In view of the above, the registry to list this case for file, in view of the above, admit the writ petition. Since the parties are already represented, no formal notice is required to be sent in this case. Registry to list this case for final hearing in the second week of February 2023. In the meantime, parties to exchange pleadings.
Hello.
All right. Please, your lordship. In this case, lordship, the instruction was brought forward.
Yes.
Lordship, in item 33, your lordship, I have received an instruction from the department, your lordship, seeking more time, your lordship, but your lordship, this matter, your lordship, in 2015, the petitioner, they had filed an appeal before the, they had filed a title suit before the municipal court, your lordship. That got dismissed there. That fact was not
Title
placed,
suit saying what?
they, lordship, I have the, in item 34, lordship,
Please tell us
title suit regarding.
what is the
allotment-
relief sought in the writ petition?
allotment and settlement of that particular plot of land, which is being allotted to the TB hospital in 1960.
The TV hospital matters are all fixed.
Yes,
on-
your lordship, but this matter, your lordship, in item 34, your lordship, if your lordship may take item number 34.
Yes.
There is a similar order passed by this honorable court. There's a bunch of papers, your lordship. I had submitted on last occasion, but the matter was listed, your lordship.
Bunch of papers will be returned in bunch. We don't look at bunch of papers. You file affidavit if you have to say something.
No, lordship, may kindly hear me, your lordship.
Hmm.
Lordship, the petitioner, they had filed a title suit which got dismissed in the municipal court, your lordship. Their name is there in letter dated 1/6/2016, your lordship. This is a letter issued by the superintendent of the TV hospital to the DC, your lordship. To the government pleader, and then thereafter this communication was intimated to the. deputy
Your client
commissioner.
is occupying government land. Then he has to vacate it.
If the public demand is there, they will be.
Yes, yes. Government land, nobody can
Lordship,
occupy.
the similar,
30 year, 40 year, 130 year, doesn't matter. You cannot occupy government land.
Lordship, a similar matter got dismissed on 22nd November. I had furnished a copy, your lordship. With
Mr.
cost.
Dhar, you better ask your client to take steps. We'll pass orders in all these matters on 25th.
Lordship, this title suit information was not reflected
Yes,
in
but
the.
why don't you file an affidavit, short affidavit and bring it? You write in both these cases, heard Mr. R. Learned Counsel for the petitioners, also heard Ms. N. Bordoli, Learned Standing Counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, and Mr. S. Borua, Learned Government Advocate, Assam, appearing for the official respondents. Peruse the amendments made in the writ petition. This court is informed that similar matters are fixed for admission hearing on 25/1/2023 by extending the interim orders passed therein by the court.
Lordship, if I may plead, your lordship, kindly look at the order I have.
We will not
furnished,
vacate the
your
interim order today.
It's okay, your lordship. Just have a look in the order I had. 22nd of November.
22nd of
November, your lordship, passed in WPC 751
yes,
6 of 2024. your lordship.
yes. Cost was imposed. Which case? This case?
Similarly situated person.
Another case.
Another case, similarly situated, your lordship.
That's correct, but that is correct. These were only facts of that case.
Yes, your lordship. And then this present case which we have today, Firoza Begum, this petitioner also filed a suit before the municip. That also got dismissed. So this fact was not placed in the writ petition which they have annexed the similar order, which is annexure number.
So Ms. Bordelais, all that the court is saying, all these cases will finish it off on 25th of January, 2023. Signals have been given to the petitioners that they are to vacate the land. We want to give them 1 month's time to do it. That's the reason.
We are taking recourse from the others.
Huh?
We are also taking recourse, lordship, for settlement in other places, lordship.
Better do it. Better do it. You can't hold on to government land, particularly when it is allotted for PV hospital. You can't do it. And there will be no mercy on the next day.
This particular fact was not placed in the writ petition.
All right,
Nine,
so
six,
this
two,
matters so.
33, 34 and 38.
Item 33, 34 and 38. Yes. We'll pass, you'll get your order on 25th. Yes.
I'm obliged.
Mr. Saikya, you're waiting for which?
Next item.
That is item number?
35.
All right. So it is for disposal?
No. We will sit time to file affidavit only.
Achha.
And fixing a short date for this. We'll file the affidavit by next week, lordship, by Wednesday, and could it be fixed on 2nd of January, lordship? It is regarding supply of a very small issue, lordship. Supply of decks and
This is
benches,
regarding-
furniture in the schools of the state.
This is lordship, they exclude all the local entrepreneurs. As per regulation, it should be supplied by the local school wise. Lordship has already decided a case in uniform. That's similar case.
No, but he wants to file affidavit.
Lordship.
So we'll file affidavit next week, lordship, we'll file the affidavit.
Second you want. Second. Heard Mr. S.K. Goswami, Learned Counsel appearing for the petition. Also heard Mr. D. Saikya. Learned, you're appearing as
Advocate.
Advocate General Assam, appearing for the state. 6 postings of this matter. Again on 2/1/2023. For enabling the
It
state.
was a
to-
four would be better, lordship. On four.
Fourth, lordship has the other cases.
On third,
Third and fourth, lordship
fifth.
has fixed day to day.
on fifth, lordship.
Fifth, no difficult.
5/1/2023. So as to enable the state to bring on record a short affidavit. Prayer allowed, the affidavit on behalf of the state be filed positively on or before 2/1/2023.
No, we'll file it next week. Then if they want to file a response also.
Positively on or before 2/1/2023 by serving advance copy upon the petitioner's counsel. We file it earlier,
Lordship.
Interim order to continue.
interim order to continue till the next day.
Obliged. Highly obliged.
Yes, yes, Mr. Chaudhary, which is your case?
Item number 48.
48. After 5 minutes.
As per the same government notification, madam. Already, my lord, circular officer has submitted the report to the Deputy Commissioner Lakhimpur, my lord. Lordship may kindly see the page 52, my lord. There is a report, my lord, and SDLC also approved the list. This case.
Where is your application?
Hello, Dhiman. Long back that was filed, my lord. Lordship may kindly see that was reports submitted by the Narayanpur Revenue Circle, that is the Annex 1, page 13, madam. Long back, madam, that was submitted the report. Madam. Page 21 is the approval of the madam, SDLC, madam. Bill number 54.
Yes, what do you have to say?
This husband is a government employee and there is a plot of land in his name of this her husband. Some plot of land.
Is it correct?
Not correct.
I have the instruction.
I have no instruction. I don't
I have the instruction.
see subject whether he is a government employee or
Then
not.
you file a reply.
Look,
to the-
At
But
least
Mr. J. Sharma, learned counsel for the petitioner who submits that his client is a landless person belonging to the tribal community. And therefore, the prayer for allotment of land made by the petitioner deserves to be considered in the light of the recent government circular dated 11/11/2022 issued by the Revenue and Disaster Management Department, Dispur, permitting the same. First up, in response to the above, Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate, Assam, submits that the petitioner's husband is a government employee and owns a plot of land, and therefore she is not entitled to such consideration under notification dated 11/11/2022. Mr. Goswami therefore prays for some time to file an affidavit. In view of the above, this matter stands adjourned for 4 weeks so as to enable the department to file affidavit.
May it please your lordship. I'm a fair price shop dealer, your lordship. On 3/8/2022, your lordship, some rice bags were seized, your lordship. Lordship, may kindly find it page 30, page 27.
Yes. Yes.
Down below, your lordship, 581 packets rice, 50 kg each, 292.50 quintals in 777 brand plastic packets, and 150 bags rice at a 50 kg bag for 78 quintals in FCI marked Ghani bags. Your lordship, I am a fair price dealer. Also, I have a rice mill, your lordship. Your lordship, may kindly peruse page 23. Type copy, your lordship, a certificate. This is a certified and output capacity of automatic rice plant installed by Messrs. Assam Misri on the land of Sri Hussain Ahmed.
Yes, so you are challenging this.
No, I'm not challenging. Yes, your lordship. This was, then my license was suspended without giving me a show cause notice or.
Where is the order of suspension?
It is page 33 or page 32, your lordship. Page 30, your lordship.
Make up your mind.
30, sorry.
30, 32, 33, you have said everything.
30, your lordship.
Page 30.
Yes, your lordship.
All right.
May I read, your lordship?
Then what has happened to this?
After that, I filed a representation, your lordship, praying that.
Show cause notice was issued to you.
No, your lordship. No show cause notice.
Then
We have our instruction, lordship. We have our instruction, lordship, and if you ready, lordship, we'll file it. We'll start taking care of them, lordship.
My only prayer, your lordship, at this stage, the 290, the rice.
why the rice packets were seized?
If a public complaint was received, lordship. And inquiry was conducted, lordship.
So if he has received instruction, then let him file
Or
it
every
2 weeks
ready.
time. Heard Mr. T. Theory, learned counsel appearing for the petitioner. The order of suspension of PDS license dated 1/9/2022, bracket annexure capital F, bracket close, is under challenge in the present writ petition. Full stop. Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate, Assam, submits that he has received parawise comments and therefore be granted 2 weeks time to file affidavit. Prayer allowed. The affidavit on behalf of the respondent numbers. Huh? On behalf of the official respondents, be positively brought on record on or before 2nd January 2023 by serving advance copy upon the petitioner's counsel. This writ petition be listed for admission in the 3rd week of January, 2nd week of January 2023 for admission.
For respondent number 5, my.
Who is respondent number 5?
Cooperative society.
Huh?
Cooperative society.
Right. Mr. HR Ahmed is present on behalf of respondent number 5.
Lordship, my GST insurance certificate has been lordship cancelled, and accordingly, I have preferred an appeal.
What has been cancelled?
GST registration, Lordship. And lordship, I prefer.
Why cancelled?
Lordship, it was cancelled due to inappropriate bank details against his registration. And Lordship, under the Act Section 107, he can prefer the appeal within, but he preferred beyond the period of Lordship. It was rejected on the ground of
Inappropriate bank details means how inappropriate in what manner?
Lordship, that he didn't reply to the so-cause also. Lordship.
Lordship, we have never received any notice, Lordship. Lordship, may kindly have a look at page Lordship 21. Lordship, page 18. And extra 18. We have last submitted our return, Lordship, on 20th of July, Lordship. And Lordship, prior to that, Lordship,
So where is the show cause notice? Where is it?
Yes, at page Lordship 20.
20.
Page 20. It has never been served to this petitioner.
It has been suspended.
Cancelled, Lordship. Subsequently, the cancellation order is also passed at page 23.
So you have furnished invalid bank account.
No, Lordship. Lordship, we have submitted our last letter on July. After cancellation of this order, Lordship, passing this cancellation order, they have received our Lordship return. So, Lordship, had there been Lordship, any wrong information, Lordship?
Then we'll ask them to file their show cause reply within 2 weeks. You consider and pass a fresh order.
Lordship, that limitation, but
Limitation will run, Lordship, from the date of.
and in the appeal also, Lordship, he has not stated the ground of the delay. So Lordship, it's in the particular format, Lordship, that is on page 24, Lordship.
What will happen now? He cannot do business.
No, Lordship, he will have to clear all his dues against that earlier GST registration. Then he can apply for new registration.
Lordship, can you see that we have nothing?
What is the earlier due?
Nothing, Lordship. Zero balance is there. Lordship, can you see page 18?
Lordship,
Oh, Mr. Kalita, just take your seat.
Lordship, dues will include the interest and penalties also if it is leviable against him, against his type of business, Lordship, that he will have to approach the jurisdictional authority, assessing authority, Lordship, whatever his dues and returns, Lordship. Then Lordship.
Mr. Chaudhary,
Yes, Lord.
say something which solves the problem.
Lordship,
Don't
he-
tell us the story of who's there and who is not.
Lordship, he will, since his last return was not accepted, since as the GST registration was cancelled, Lordship, he will have to bring that return and whatever interest that is leviable or the penalties, Lordship, after paying all those dues, he can apply for new registration.
So are you willing to go for that?
No, Lordship, this is, Lordship.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
His own number.
No.
Lost.
Yes, heard Mr. J. Kalita, learned counsel for the lead petitioner, also heard Mr. P. Chaudhary, learned standing counsel, Taxation Department, Assam, appearing for the official respondents. His lead petition has been filed, being aggrieved by order dated 10/6/2022, issued by the GST authorities, cancelling the GST registration of the petitioner. First of all, after hearing the submissions of learned counsel for both thus, you filed your affidavit.
No, Lordship.
This court is of the opinion that the matter will require deeper hearing. The respondents to therefore file affidavit within 3 weeks from bringing their stand on record. Register to list the matter again in the third week of January 2023 as a fixed item. Yes.
May I please, Your Lordship? This is on last occasion, last month was given the review petition to appear and argue the case. 21/11/22.
None has appeared for the review petitioner. Heard Mr. D. Kalita, learned counsel appearing for the respondents. Full stop. This review petition has been referred against the judgment dated 31/3/2015 passed by this court in RSA number 254/2005. Full stop. I have perused the grounds taken in the review petition. Full stop. The review petitioner has remained absent on 2 successive occasions in the past, and today the matter was fixed by giving last opportunity to the review petitioner to appear and argue the matter. Full stop. Notwithstanding the same, the review petition is absent. In view of the above, this review petition stands dismissed for non-prosecution.
Obliged.
Yes.
My lord, as per office note, my lord, only respondent number 7 appeared, my lord. And 6 refused to receive the notice, my lord.
Which order has been violated?
My lord,
Where is the order?
order page number, my lord.
Page 10, my.
11 portion, my lord. 11. From 4th line, so, you know.
So how it has been violated? How the order has been violated?
My lord, during the pendency of the repetition, my lord, the stop house, my lord, burned,
Huh?
burned, my lord.
Hmm.
And thereafter, my lord, they appeared before the authority
Hmm.
for an order to construct their own houses.
Hmm.
Either they, my lord, allow me to construct my own house, or they have constructed as earlier they.
No, but where is the order? Where is the, which part of the order permits that?
My lord,
After the writ petition was disposed of, then the shops got burnt.
no, during this, during the pendency of the writ petition, my lord.
Hmm. Where is the order of this court permitting you to do that?
My lord, can you see the page?
Mr. Atia,
11.
a simple question is being asked.
My lord,
Should I speak in some other language? Where is the order of this court permitting you to do what you are asking to do?
my lord, this honorable court, my lord, in accord, my lord, according such being the petition, in my opinion, this writ petition can be disposed of, which I accordingly do, with the direction to the petitioner to continue their possession, but without violating the terms and condition of the license. However, in the event of on-site undertakes to carry out construction to the market complex in the near future over the said land under the possession of the petitioner, necessary preference must be given for allotment of shop premises to the petitioner subject to fulfillment of other terms and conditions which may require acceptance at that relevant time imposed by the answering contract.
Yes, then what happened? What happened
Honorable
thereafter?
court allow me to continue my business, my lord,
Hmm.
on the plot, my lord, allotted to me, my lord. But my lord, during the pendency, my lord, the shop houses burn out, that is, my lord.
Hmm.
Now, my lord.
That is reflected in the order. Shop houses burn out.
No, my lord.
Why you did not point out? This order was passed on the assumption that the shop houses are there.
my lord.
So actually the court did not pass the order by taking the current situation into account.
My lord.
How the order can be implemented? You did not point out that the shop houses have been burned. The learned judge has passed the order on an assumption that your clients are occupying the shop houses situated in the plot of land,
My lord.
which was not the fact.
My lord. My lord, thereafter, they are taking, my lord, in every year, my lord, revenue one. Then they allow me to
Hmm.
construct. Temporarily construct a shop house. my lord.
Hmm.
We, my lord, approached before the authority, my lord. There is
Then,
16,
Mr.
my lord.
Atia, you should file a writ petition getting a direction on that count. You do it within 2 weeks or we'll close the contempt case. We are keeping it open for now. You are asking for relief, which cannot be granted in a contempt case. Heard Mr. Atia, learned counsel.
I've got a very small prayer.
Yes, yes.
Actually, I am for the respondent number 7.
Hmm.
He was not a party in the writ petition.
Hmm.
He came in the other post and for 10 months he was there in 2021 and his representation was 1919 to other officers. I was not a party in the writ petition also. So my name may be struck off my understand.
Not now. First, let him file. it. But why aren't you allowing them to continue?
I'm nowhere now, my lord.
Huh?
I put that I've been responded. I do not have anything.
You do not have anything. Okay. We'll do it in the next week. Who prays for and is granted 3 weeks further time to obtain instruction and take appropriate remedial steps in this case as may be permissible under the law. Mr. M. Nath, learned senior counsel assisted by Mr. A. Bhattacharya, is present on behalf of the respondent number 7 who submits that his client has no role to play in implementation of the court order.
And not a party in the writ petition.
Nor was he a party in the writ petition. Therefore, the name of the respondent number 7 is struck off from the record. The said prayer will be considered on the next date fixed. This matter.
And now he is retired also.
All right.
Apply.
My lord, I am on behalf of R. Chaudhary in this case. Sorry.
Praying on behalf of,
R. Chaudhary, my
what do you want?
No, my lord, I want to continue the case, my lord.
Huh?
You will argue, my lord.
What is this case?
My
No,
lord,
don't say on behalf. See, either you argue as a counsel or are you authorized to argue as a counsel? You are a party, you are a counsel in this case?
No, my lord.
Then
She instructed me, my lord.
that we don't know. We'll take your name and if it is not permissible, then it will go. How can he argue? Mr. Chaudhary, can he argue?
There must be power on behalf of the client.
You are not a senior counsel. What is the matter?
My lord, we filed the IA for implementation of the interim order passed in the main writ petition, my lord.
Where is Ms. Chaudhary?
He is suffering from an eye infection, my lord.
So if it is allowed, then fine. If it is dismissed, then you will have to take the responsibility. You are ready for that?
Then, my lord, next week, my lord.
I don't have any problem, but your name will be reflected. It is submitted at the bar that the applicant's counsel is unwell and therefore has not been able to come to court today. On such count, a prayer has been made to post this matter again in the next week. Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam, is present. On the request of applicant's counsel, let this matter be listed again in the next week.
Apply.
I can proceed.
My lord, a short point is involved. My lord, the election tribunal without jurisdiction entertain the application because my lord, it should be on time. And there is no scope for, condonation of the debt. That is the only point. And issue is already covered when earlier division bench judgment of this honorable court. But what had happened, my lord, prior to filing the application, election petition before the election tribunal, a writ proceeding was pending before this honorable court. Now, therefore, my lord, benefit of section 12 and 14 of the Limitation Act was given.
as if my lord, he was pursuing the, I claim bona fide, therefore, my lord, provided there is a scope of, condonation. When there is no scope of condonation, that means legislature intended that there is no scope of, application of the Limitation Act. That's the only point, my lord.
My lord, that is not, my lord, on the 60th day, my lord, from the day of the declaration, my lord, what they did, my lord, read petitioner, result was declared on 14. They counted, my lord, 14 to 15, there is a 1 day, and we filed on 13, my lord, on the 68th day, my lord. That I'll come, my lord. Before coming to that, my lord.
So it's a contested matter.
My lord, one thing, my lord.
No, my lord, the appearance, my lord, 3 dates, 5/12/2018 election held, my lord. 5/12/2018. 14/12/2018 results declared. And 13/2/2019, my lord, election petition filed. So it was filed on the 62nd day, and the limitation is 60 days. And my lord, it's a we have made a calculation also, my lord. So there is no dispute. And my lord, the tribunal also takes note of that. Tribunal also finds that it was filed beyond 60 days. But tribunal was of that finding of the tribunal is against that he has not filed anything. But tribunal gave the benefit of my lord section 12 and 14 of the limitation.
Where is the order of the tribunal?
Yes, yes. My lord will kindly come to page 46. Please come to page 47, para 16. In the instant case also, petitioner had filed a writ petition which was disposed of for want of jurisdiction in view of provision of section 129B of the Assam Panchayat Act. The respondent also did not state properly as to how the action of the petitioner in approaching the Honorable High Court was not bona fide. Besides, in view of the provisions in section 12(1) of the Limitation Act, while counting the period of limitation for new suit appeal or application, the day from which the period is to be reckoned shall be excluded. Thus, the day of declaring election, that is to be excluded, that should be 14/12/18, my lord. While calculating the period of limitation, therefore, petition was filed within statutory period of 60 days, and as such, the petition is maintainable. Besides, Section 129B of the Assam Panchayat has conferred jurisdiction and power on the tribunal to decide any matter regarding election petition challenging the election. Respondents have not stated as to why and how the election petition is not maintainable. Therefore, in the considered view of this court, the petition is maintainable in the present form. Issue number so and so is decided in affirmative. And if your lordship will kindly come to page 46.
So the learned judge says it is within 60 days.
60 days, my lord,
Please
from our
come,
counting.
please come to page 46, my lord. Dr. D.B. Sharma, learned senior advocate, has submitted that the election petition is not maintainable as the same has not been filed within a period of 60 days from the date of declaration of the election result. He has submitted the results were declared on 14/12/18 and petition was filed on 13/2/19. And as such, the petition has been filed on the 61st day of the declaration of result, and hence by virtue of provisions of section 129B of the Act, there is a bar to interfere by the tribunal in the election matter. So this was our case, my lord. Now, my lord will kindly take note of and please come to section 129B for a moment, my lord.
No, but the finding is that it was filed within 60 days, it can be filed.
It can be filed, but it was beyond 60 days.
But the tribunal has found that it was within 60 days.
Yes.
Election result date excluded.
My lord, the date of declaration of result was excluded. Please have a look at 129B of the Panchayat Act, my lord. B. A is regarding the maintenance of maintainability of a petition. B. No election to any panchayat shall be called in question except by an election petition presented within 60 days from the date of declaration of the election result to the tribunal constituted under section 127. From the date of declaration of election result. So it is, my lord, it is very clear, it was filed on 60.
So 14th has to be excluded.
14.
14th has to be, 14th was the date
No,
of.
14 has to be counted, my lord. From the date. The language is from the date of declaration of election result. My lord, the election tribunal, though it has not said in so many words, but the benefit of section 12(1) was given. Because why otherwise why the tribunal will say he was bona fide pursuing the litigation.
So has this law point been decided in any case?
Yes, my lord.
Yes.
Yes, we were next.
Which page?
Yes. My lord will kindly come to page 72. But from the no, before that, if your lordship would kindly come to page 73.
Yes.
The third subpara. The appellant who was non-applicant in the election petition raised a preliminary objection before the tribunal contending inter alia that the election petition was liable to be dismissed on the ground of limitation. It was contended that limitation to file election petition before tribunal is 60 days from the date of declaration of the election result as prescribed by section 129B of the Act. And since the result of the election was declared on 6/2/2013, and hence the respondent number 6 should have filed the election petition on or before 6/4/13, that is within 60 days from 6/2/13. It was pointed out that since respondent number 6 filed the election petition on 4/7/13, which was apparently barred by limitation, and since it was liable to be dismissed as barred by limitation. So this was the contention, my lord. Then my lord will kindly come to page 78. Now, my lord, please come to my lord for a moment. Supreme Court decision is also, my lord. Anyway, that is not important. Page 78, the subpara. Applying the aforesaid principle of law to the election petition filed under the Act, we are of the considered opinion that provisions of the Limitation Act have no application to the election petition filed under section 129B of the Act. A fortiori, neither section 5 or 14 of the Act will have an application to the election petition filed under section 129B of the Act. In these circumstances, in our considered view, delay in filing election petition could not have been condoned by taking recourse to the provisions of section 5 and 14 of the Act by tribunal. On perusal of the scheme of the Act, we find that the Act in question, being a special Act, is a complete code in itself and contains special provision of limitation for filing election petition to challenge the election specified under the Act. Secondly, Rule 54 provides the rule enacted under the Representation of People's Act to apply to the Act. Thirdly, the Act does not make any provision to make the limitation applicable to the Act, and hence, so long as there is no provision to make limitation applicable, no benefit of section 5 or 14 of the Limitation Act can be taken by the parties while prosecuting election petition under 129B of the Act. And lastly, one Supreme Court in the two decisions have held that provisions of Limitation Act have no application to the Representation of the People's Act while prosecuting the election petition under Representation of the People Act. Then as necessary corollary and with the same reasoning, Limitation Act will not apply to the Act in question.
All right, so the first part is Limitations Act have no, that is settled now. The next question is whether
the date of the declaration of the result is to be counted
included or
excluded.
Is there any judgment on that?
No, Malab, in my humble submission, there is no judgment. But going by the plain language of subsection B, clause B, my lord, I think there is no escape from the.
No, Mr. Chaudhary, I appreciate what you're
Yes.
saying, but if
But even if we exclude, my lord, the 14, then also it is 61 days. Even if we exclude.
even if you exclude. then
Yes,
it is
yes,
61
please
days.
come to this calculation, my lord.
Hmm.
Kindly see, my lord, December 18 days, January 19, 31 days, and 13th it was filed, it is 13 days. When we add it up, my lord, it becomes 62. Now, even if we give out, exclude 14, then also it is 61.
No, my lord. It is 60 days because day of filing, my lord, they are calculating on that. also.
No, you have not heard.
Yes, I heard now.
Please respond in a correct manner.
My lord.
They are saying, if the day of filing is included, which according to them should be included because the expression used is from, then it is 62 days. But there, let's grant it for a minute that that day has to be excluded. Then also it is 61 days.
No, my lord. 61 it cannot be, my lord. How I'll just tell, my lord. If it is filed on 12, then 61. Because on 13 we have already filed. Filing day, my lord. They are
Where is your calculation? Give it, we'll see and then finish it off.
yes, my lord. Lordship will see from their own calculation also.
Here it is written on, the
No, my
days
lord,
have
they-
been counted.
They 14 to 15 one day, my lord. It will be the 17 days and their 13 we have already filed. The filing day and day of
No,
calculation. they
then
are
there is
taking.
nothing to hear in this matter, Mr. You are only arguing to confuse the court, which you will
No, my
never
lord,
do.
I'm not from the
See, the
document.
date-wise calculation has been given, show us that it is wrong. Otherwise, it is filed on the 61st day. The matter is simple. What else is there in
My
this
lord,
case?
if the 13
If
is.
you go on saying no, that is
My
not
lord,
going to
I'll
make
just
your case.
clarify, my lord.
Hmm.
The day of filing, my lord. They
Yes,
are taking into account.
there we are excluding it now.
Even though 60 days. Both days are excluded 60 days.
Okay, judgment reserved, order reserved.
My lord, one more thing, my lord, I like to point out, my lord. We have filed a writ of quo warranto, my lord. They are the coordinate bench, my lord, passed on certain order because my lord petitioner is enjoying the benefit of forgery document. If my election petition goes, my lord, she cannot remain as a president because they have come under writ jurisdiction and writ jurisdiction limits are very wide, my lord. So Quaranto has filed, my lord, lordship, kindly have a look. The
That is
honorable-
dismissed, that is dismissed.
Dismiss, even though my lord coordination bench passed order, my lord, last page.
Who has filed writ of cover issue? Who?
I have filed. my lord.
That has been dismissed.
Dismiss, say holding that, my lord, lordship will see the last paragraph. Last page, my lord. Though it is dismissed, my lord, why it is dismissed, my lord, lordship will see para 12. At page-
No, are you preferring an appeal against this order before this court? Then
Not
why
yet
should we see
decided.
then?
Not, some direction was given, my lord, observation. That's I'm pointing out, my lord. Para 12, last page, my lord.
Directions while dismissing a writ petition.
Not dismissing, my lord, observation. Not direction, my lord.
What observation?
That, my lord, lordship, can you see the second paragraph? Attempt of the petitioner to challenge the continuation of the respondent by filing, there is nothing but a second challenge made to the interim order. So and so, which cannot be allowed. Legality of the judgment passed by the Panchayat election in the is being decided. This court of the view, the issue is whether respondent number hold the post president without having educational qualification. That is the forgery case, my lord. They have done.
So what order do you want from this court now?
My lord, if my lord, my petition goes, my lord, even though writ petitioner cannot stand, my lord, as
That
a.
we are not going into that. Here, the only point is whether the order of the tribunal entertaining the election petition is correct and
My
within
lord,
the
it
ambit
is-
of.
if it is, my lord, it is found by the tribunal, it is a 60 days. They have come with a calculation on that, my lord.
We'll see that. We'll see.
Lordship.
That's the only point, yes. Hey, एक मिनट. Come here, come. Party नाम के नहीं लोग लोग कौन-कौन है तेरे पास? Yes.
The date is coming, is it from? Relying on the general clauses that the date would be excluded. And is
No, what do you have to say? They are saying if it is excluded, then also it is 60.
It is filed on the 61st day, which is filed. Even the.
That's the only thing we are not going to. In fact, we'll dictate the judgment. Give the record. Give the case. We'll dictate the judgment here only. Heard Mr. K. N. Chaudhary, learned senior counsel, assisted by Mr. M. K. Hussain, learned counsel for the writ petitioner. We have also heard Mr. J. I. Bodhuya and learned
Respond number one.
appearing for the respond number one, and Mr. R. Dubey, learned counsel, appearing for the respondent number two. Full stop. In this writ petition, the judgment dated 27/7/2022 passed by the learned Panchayat Election Tribunal, Nagaon, in connection with election petition number 19 bracket capital N bracket close of 2019, entertaining the election petition filed by the respondent number one, challenging the election of the writ petitioner, has been assailed on the ground that the election petition was clearly barred under the law of limitation, and therefore the learned tribunal had committed manifest illegality in entertaining an election petition which was barred by limitation. Full stop. By referring to section 129B, small b, of the Assam Panchayat Act 1994, Mr. K. N. Chaudhary, learned senior counsel for the appellant, petitioner submits that the expression used in section 129B is clear and categorical, and which makes it apparent that no election petition can be entertained beyond the statutory period of 60 days since the date of declaration of the results of the election. Full stop. The proposition of law that the provisions of section 5 and section 14 of the Limitations Act 1963 would not be applicable to an election petition filed under section 129 small b of the Act of 1994 has, according to Mr. Chaudhary, been settled by the division bench of this court by the order dated 11/6/2014, passed in connection with writ appeal number 34 of 2014, and therefore the said issue is no longer res integra. Full stop. Under the circumstances, Mr. Chaudhary submits that the election petition has evidently been filed beyond the period of 60 days from the date of declaration of the result. The same is barred under the law of limitation. Full stop. Responding to the above, Mr. Bodhuya submits that as per section 129 bracket B bracket close of the Act of 1994, the date of declaration of result cannot be counted, and to that extent, the election petition was filed on the 60th day. Full stop. Therefore, there is no infirmity in the judgment and order dated, whatever the date, 27/7/2022, passed by the learned election tribunal. Full stop. I have considered the submissions made by learned counsel for both the sides. Full stop. It appears from the record that the election in this case was held, the Panchayat election was held on 5/12/2018, and the results were declared on 14/12/2018. Full stop. The election petition was presented before the learned tribunal on 13/2/2019. Full stop. Section 129B of the Assam Panchayat Act 1994 reads as follows. You quote it, 129 small b. Full stop. Full stop. Mr. K. N. Chaudhary has produced a date-wise calculation sheet, SHEET, running from 14/12/2018 till 13/2/2019 to show that if the number of days from 14/12/2018 till 13/2/2019 is counted, then the total total days will be 62 days. Full stop. However, according to Mr. Chaudhary, in view of the language employed in section 129B, the date of declaration of the result is also to be counted. Full stop. However, submits Mr. Chaudhary, even if the date of declaration of the election result, that is 14/12/2018, is excluded, then also the election petition was presented on the 61st day, which is not permissible in the eye of law. Full stop. Mr. R. Dubey, Learned Standing Council, therefore State Election Commission also supports the said contention and agrees that the election petition was presented on the 61st day. Full stop. The aforesaid contention has, however, been strongly refuted by Mr. Borbhuya by submitting that it was presented on the 60th day. Full stop. However, Mr. Borbhuya could not substantiate his above argument. Full stop. By taking note of the law laid down by this court in the case of the retailer, it will be dissolved. Party naam to be given. What is the name of the party?
My lord, we couldn't find it, give, my lord, we'll provide.
Give the name of the so and so, so and so. And the plain language used in section 129B as quoted above. This court is left with no element of doubt that an election petition presented before the learned tribunal beyond 60 days from the date of declaration of result would not be maintainable. Full stop. In the present case, even if the date of declaration of result is excluded, even then, the election petition was evidently presented beyond 60 days. Therefore, the same was not maintainable in the eye of law. Full stop. To that extent, the observations made by the learned tribunal holding that the election petition was presented within 60 days from the date of declaration of result appears to be perverse and therefore liable to be interfered with by this court. Full stop. In view of the next observations made herein above, it would not be necessary for this court to go into the issue as to whether the date of declaration of result is to be included or the same is to be excluded while computing 60 days within the ambit of section 129(b) of the Assam Panchayat Act, and the said aspect of the matter is kept open to be decided in an appropriate case. For the reasons indicated herein above, this writ petition succeeds and is hereby allowed. The impugn order dated so and so stands set aside.
So forgery is committed, my lord. The election commission may be directed to take.
What happens is that councils are nowadays making submissions which are
my lord,
unethical.
filed, my lord, Kyo warrant, my lord. This honorable
We
court
need to
said, my
retort very strongly to these submissions. You know very well that here the only issue is whether the election petition is within time or not. You are unnecessarily making a submission to the court knowing well that this is not
my
maintainable.
lord.
You are asking for a relief in his petition.
No, my lord. Here, my lord.
Sorry, rejected. Yes, next bit. No, I understand this point. Last week.
Petitioner is a visa holder in the market manner under the Jilla Parishad manner. He allotted market by the Binagandi Ansalik Panchayat. Visa number 59 manner. My lord, petitioner for doing his business, my lord, on the Vita, my lord. But in the authority, my lord.
Yes, what is the matter? Why their request has not been considered?
My lord,
Hmm?
my lord, instruction not received, but they are constructing some their market, my lord, their Vita, my lord, which is not permissible as per.
No, they are asking, he is asking for
My
a
lord,
shop on rent.
my lord,
Why aren't you considering his prayer?
my lord, lordship may fix the matter on Wednesday, my lord, I'll take proper instruction on that regard.
You take instructions.
Yes, yes.
Specifically. Yes. If you consider his prayer.
Yes, I'll take care of that.
Heard Mr. Ajay learned counsel for the petitioner, also heard Mr. S. Dutta, learned standing counsel. PNRD department to praise for time till 21/12/2022 to seek instruction facilitating disposal of the writ petition. On the request of Mr. Datta, let this matter be listed again on 21/12/2022 as the first time. We'll dispose it on the next day.
Item 42. Obliged.
May I please, your lordship?
Yes.
Lordship, in this matter, as per the direction of the honorable court, we have served a notice upon respondent, private respondent, and the government has to yet to be filed affidavit. So we'll file it, lordship. Our affidavit is always ready, lordship.
There is some interim order already.
Yes,
there.
yes, yes.
All right. Your name, please?
N.K. Sharma.
Heard Mr. N.K. Sharma, learned counsel appearing for the writ petitioners. Also heard Miss, who else?
And
Mr.
for
N.
1 year, lordship.
Mr. N. Bordoli, learned standing counsel revenue department for respondent number 1. And Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate Assam for
2, 3, and 4.
respondents 2, 3, and 4. Mr. M. Chetia is present on behalf of the respondent number 5. The departmental counsel submit that instructions are still awaited.
No, lordship, receive, lordship.
Received.
Receive, lordship.
Instructions have been received and therefore they be permitted 2 weeks time to file affidavit. Prayer allowed. Let this matter be listed again after 3 weeks by tagging the affidavit filed by the official respondents on record. Interim order passed earlier to continue.
Deeply obliged.
May I please, your lordship? Lordship. To this petitioner, lordship, they are landless person, lordship, and they are apparently occupying government land, lordship. And subsequently, considering the length of lordship occupancy, lordship, their name has been recorded as lordship possessor in the record of Sita for survey field. Yesterday, lordship, as I mentioned also in morning, lordship, yesterday, lordship, some person, lordship, government official has visited the place, lordship, and trying to evict this petitioner, lordship. And lordship, prior to that, lordship, in November also, lordship, same thing was happened, and accordingly, lordship, this petitioner filed a representation. I have mentioned annexed representation page 28, lordship.
Page 28.
Lordship, this is a representation, lordship, for the some person, lordship, may read the representation, lordship.
So they are saying if the government wants the land, they will vacate.
Yes.
But this process is a conspiracy as by the circle officer with the president of Gaon Panchayat.
I did not aware of the case.
All right, you find out, then we'll fix it on
Monday.
Tuesday.
Lordship.
All right. Heard Mr. J. Kalita, learned counsel for the writ petitioners. Also heard Mr. Ms. N. Bordoloi, learned standing counsel, Revenue Department, Assam, as well as Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate, Assam, preparing for this state. Apprehending, the petitioners are admitted in occupation of government land coming under the jurisdiction of subdivisional officer Bilasi Para, full stop. Apprehending eviction from the land, the petitioners have approached this court by filing the instant writ petition, inter alia contending that although they would be willing to vacate the land if the government, if the same is directed by the government, yet according to the petitioners, the present move is nothing but the fallout of a conspiracy between the local circle officer and the president of the Gaon Panchayat of Sagunmari and the president of the Sagunmari Gaon Panchayat for some vested, for some malafide, with some malafide intent to cause injury to the petitioners. Mr. Kalita submits that yesterday, that is give the date, the circle officer came.
Lordship, along with staff, Lordship.
The circle officer, which circle?
Bilasi Para,
Bilasi Para.
Revenue Circle.
Along with some official staff, came to the place and asked them to vacate the land, failing which eviction would be carried out in a day or two. Full stop. Mr. N. Goswami, learned government advocate, Assam, submits that he be granted 2 days time to seek instruction. Prayer allowed. Let this writ petition be listed for motion again on the 20th of 20/12/2022. 2 extra copies be furnished to the learned departmental counsel to obtain instruction in the matter. Till the next date, status quo as regards the land shall be maintained.
Lordship.
You find out, they want, if the government wants it, they'll vacate.
Yes, we are ready, Lordship.
You also find out. Don't harass people, but if the government really wants it for some, then you have to tell us why you want it also. Otherwise, when the time comes, you process. But these things should not be allowed by some lower level officers to